$200 left in his billfold, and a week's worth of groceries is the price of gold.
Yeah.
Tell these folks your name, emotional. I don't think they heard you, man. Emotional. Who's the best rapper around? Emotional. Who's the new killer in town?
What's going on, YouTube? I'm Emotional, aka you're something of sexy. You know where the best be is me. Can't you see I'm fresh and so clean? What's going on, y'all? We back at it for another reaction video. This is Oliver Anthony. Mama's been hurting. Now, we haven't done nothing from Oliver Anthony in a minute, so we about to go ahead and dive straight into it. Like, comment, subscribe now, baby. Let's vibe. Hit the button, baby. What is that shirt? What I said the shirt. What does the bottom of his guitar say? Something of sheep. What is that? Something a government of wolves. Let me know if y'all know what that says.
Mama's been hurting, 'cause daddy's been down. Ain't nobody been working since the mill left town. They got two youngins, not 10 years old. Well, $200 left in his billfold, and a week's worth of groceries is the price of gold. When your whole damn country's been bought and sold. Never there's been hard times, it's always made hard folks who could get her to the other side and not let it be all she wrote. I'd love to live to be an old man, but God.
Let me bring it back because I want to make sure I'm hearing and understanding stuff. Hold on.
$200 left in his billfold, and a week's worth of groceries is the price of gold.
Yeah. Like, groceries are really expensive. Like, I think the craziest thing I seen, it's not necessarily groceries, but it's food. Like, I noticed the price of like food, especially like specifically at like McDonald's, the food price of food has gone up tremendously. And it's like, bro, like folks, I think if folks was paying like, I think for like a McChicken was like $2 or something like that. I'm like, I remember when that mug used to be on the dollar menu. So it's like, bro, like food really is skyrocketing. And it's like, and honestly, the way that it's looking, it look like it's gonna get nothing more and more expensive at the rate we going. So yes, it's literally the price of gold at this point.
Your whole damn country's been bought and sold. Never there's been hard times, it's always made hard folks.
Yeah.
Who could get her to the other side and not let it be all she wrote. I'd love to live to be an old man, but God, you can take me a young one. Just don't let the land I love die so young. Of thee I sing.
It's interesting hearing music about like how folks really genuinely care about where they from and like the people where they from, because it seemed like after like this past these last few months, it seemed like everybody was just at each other's throats, right? With the whole like politics thing, everybody was just at each other's throats. And it's like, bro, like I think I've seen a lot of folks' relationships get ended or put in question and stuff like that because certain people feel certain ways about certain things and stuff like that. And it's like, dad, like it's interesting hearing an artist that actually cares. It sounds like he actually cares about not just specific groups of people, but everybody. Because like he said, hard times make hard people, you know? But bring it back a little bit.
Man, but God, you can take me a young one. Just don't let the land I love die so young. of thee I sing.
I like that how that sounded. It was on the right side of my headphones. Bring it back.
Of thee I sing.
That. Oh. That looked like a Buick.
I've been flying low in my troubled mind. Get to digging me a hole my soul can't climb. It's the end of the world, nobody knows. They all just stare at the trash on their...
Okay, here we go. A nation of sheep will beget a government of wolves. Yeah, if that's what I'm thinking it means, yeah. Because I'm thinking about like in the word about like sheep. You know what I'm saying? And it's like in the midst of all the stuff that's going on, it seems like everybody's a wolf. And it's like, yo, like folks is only out for themselves and folks is really only worried about them and they people and keeping they people up versus like, okay, where are the sheep at? The sheep trying to be humble, the sheep trying to follow the lead, the shepherd. And it's like, who is the shepherd? And I'm like, Jesus is my shepherd. You know what I'm saying? That's what I take from it. But anyway, bring it back.
Oh, my soul can't climb. It's the end of the world, nobody knows. They all just stare at the trash on their phones in the land that's littered.
Yeah. I catch myself doing that from time to time. I ain't gonna lie. It's like if I'm not putting something out, sometimes I catch myself scrolling. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a distraction thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, like you kind of get caught up in your own, like looking at what everybody else doing. But at the same time, for me personally, it get bad. I don't need to be doing that because it's like I forget. Okay, wait a minute. I'm supposed to be working, or I'm supposed to be doing something. You know what I'm saying? And it's like we can't stay distracted for too long because if you stay distracted for too long, you'll end up going in a direction you ain't got no business going. Bring it back. But yeah, I definitely have done that.
They all just stare at the trash on their phones in the land that's littered with many men's bones who died fighting for somewhere they could call home. Whenever there's been hard times, it's always made hard folks who could get her to the other side and not let it be all she wrote. I'd love to live to be an old man, but God, you can take me a young one. Just don't let the land I love die so young. Of thee I sing.
Oh yeah, that was hard. That violin that came in, that was hard. But all right, y'all, that's the end of that vid. Now, the thing that like I love what happened on the bottom of his guitar. I like what that said about the sheep will beget wolves in the government. And it's like one of the things that I take from it too though is like, yeah, like there's a lot of wolves in this government, and it's like it seems like it's nothing. It don't seem like anything is really in our best interest. At least I don't see it. I don't see too much that's like, yo, like this is in our best interest, or this is to help me. It seemed like it's more so to help themselves. Because me personally, I don't believe that folks do stuff for the betterment of the people 100% of the time without them getting something out of it. Like, I just don't believe that folks are gonna just do something just for the benefit of the people, and you get nothing out of it. That's just not how I view it. That's just not my thought process. Again, somebody might feel something else, but that's just my thought process on it. But like, it's just one of them things. It's like, you need them strong people, especially during them hard times. Like, you really need them strong people. But at the same time, it's like, you never know when you gonna mess around and have to be that strong person in the midst of a tough situation. Like, some people don't care, but this is just for me personally. Like, a lot of folks was like saying stuff about like them banning TikTok and stuff like that. And like, I remember the first time they talked about it, I was kind of like, I don't know, matter of fact, I was scared out of my mind. I was scared out of my mind. I was mad. I was frustrated, this, that, and the third. And next thing you know, like, it didn't happen. And then they brought it back up again. And then they talking about, oh, well, now it's like, yo, we got a date that we gonna do this, this, and this. But it's like, this time around, I'm not really worried about it. And I know there were some folks that were like, oh, TikTok is just a bunch of little girls dancing. And it's like, bro, I don't know what's on your For You page, but you need to fix your For You page, because that's not on my For You page. I don't know what you got on your TikTok, but that's not mine. That is not how mine looks. Mine don't look like that. But it's like, it's one of them things for me where it's like, it's more so about like, it's people that really make money on there, and folks have built careers on there. It's not just dancing. You know what I'm saying? Like, folks have actually built careers and shared a lot of part of themselves as far like on those platforms. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, folks have really invested themselves into that. You know what I'm saying? And folks have really been able to really go from 0 to 100 real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like, folks have real life built careers on there. And it's like, you going to take away some people's livelihood. You know what I'm saying? That's somebody's livelihood. You going to take that. You know what I'm saying? Like, me personally, like, it's one of the best paying platforms I've been on from my own experience, and we're at my level as far as like subscriber, follower, whatever count. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, it's one of them things for me where I hope that they don't ban it, but at the same time, I'm not worried about it. I'm not stressed about it. I'm not scared of it. I'm not none of the stuff I was the first or the second time that they brought it up. But it's just one of them things where it's like, we got to stay strong in these hard times, whether it's like with the tariffs that Trump was talking about or whatever it is. It's like, we got to stay strong, because at the end of the day, you can't afford not to. We ain't got no option. We have no other option but to be those strong people in the tough times. We have to. Like, we gon' go through, but at the end of the day, like, he kept showing like the cross and stuff like that. That's where I'm looking at. Everybody has their own views, and that's your own personal thing. But me, that's where I'm looking. That's where I'm looking. I'm not looking. I can't afford to look at them no more. I can't afford to look at them. You know what I'm saying? I can't afford to look to the government for everything. I can't be like, oh, they gonna look out for me. They gonna do this. They gonna do that. I can't do that no more. I can't afford to do that. Like, at the end of the day, we still have a job to do. We still got to take care of our families. We still got to take care of ourselves. Some folks, they got kids. You got kids to take care of. We still got to get up. We still got to go to work. We still got to do what we got to do. You know what I'm saying? I think that's like the biggest thing that I took from this is like, we can't stop now. No matter what's going on, we can't stop. We can't stop. Somebody needs somebody that's watching this video. Somebody needs you. Somebody is looking at you. Somebody's inspired by you. Somebody loves you. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't afford to take a back seat. We got to work. We got to. We can't afford not to. You know what I'm saying? We can't afford to stay down. We might get weary, but we can't faint. You know what I'm saying? But I just pray everybody stay strong and whatever and everything that's going on. You know what I'm saying? Stay strong. Trust God. That's the best thing. Like, we can do all things through Christ that strengthens us. You know what I'm saying? Lean not to your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge him and he will direct your path. That's like the biggest thing for me. Like, I slip up sometimes though, but at the end of the day, I know when it's all said and done, that's where my help is. But I'm thinking about her though. Peace, baby. Lay out.